Today we're going to have a look at the weekly challenge in mini motorways. This one is set in Mexico City, and it is the 10th of the 10th week. Alright, so all weekly upgrades are doubled, that's good. Motorways require road tiles, that's bad. Some color destinations are always circles, that's moderate. Alright, let's see how we roll. I don't think Mexico's too bad a city. I don't think. Been generous with our houses for our circular destination. Let's try and slot a roundabout in as close as we can get because it is circular. But rather that than creating an intersection there, he's already circular. You may as well use the roundabout we've got. Said it before, I do like a circular one early because it does sort of speed up the process of just wondering what happened when you clicked that. I don't think I'd ever done it before. Just speed up the process of sort of getting points early. Go for 2 tunnels. I guess on the logic that I never use. I don't think there's a way that I can do this. So I can send 2 houses south and 2 houses north. I suppose the only way would be that I'd have to flick that house around the back, and then have this guy come down. It's an alright get of the house. Better than what my other options were going to be. Starting to line up a lot nicer. Guess for now, let's do that. It's not pretty, but at least it's even. So the question is, where am I going to get the other greenhouses in this moment? I'm going to pause while I build here. It's not a pretty layout to start with here. We should get 4 houses because we've got a circular one. Not really much we can do with this guy here and getting him over there. It's also pretty long for 4 houses as well. Take the roundabout. Give the roundabout to the 2 circular destinations that we've got. So I wonder if I can straighten him up a little bit now. Maybe not. I think the closer spot's better. Fully in intention to get a motorway over here. Even from these guys, as soon as I've got one available. As you can see, he's not coping. Alright. How are we getting over there? Also a pain for this blue here. I mean, at least I know that I'm going to get 2 motorways whenever I get motorways, because I'm going to need them. Great. Now the problem with the motorways over here, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put these 2 houses there, get rid of that, give them one of the motorways. Then we're going to put these 3 guys together here, get him in that as well, and then bounce them down to that. They're going to switch those two houses to go south so that this guy gets those two. I'm going to pause for a second as well while I actually pay the attention needed to this yellow guy. Got this one free yellow house down here. He is closest to the one house that probably doesn't need more help since he's already got 5 houses and these two are both running off 3. But I could easily switch pink around the outside of him. I'll go the roundabouts. And I will put a roundabout in here. That guy, since he's circular. And we will put a roundabout over here for that guy, because he's circular. We'll get rid of this road. It's currently doing nothing. Man, they're really keen on having greenhouses just squashed against this mountain. Alright, so we've got one tunnel. So at the moment, since all of my houses are almost all connected, oh, goodness, with the exception of this green guy at the top, it looks like that's not going to be a problem for much longer. We should be able to say goodbye to this. Run this guy straight in there since he's not like a... That's a really useless placement, that one. Alright, so we can get rid of this now. Again. Okay, so this guy now on the outside is probably a little bit better placed. For now, we're just going to let him share with pink. They're both not... I'd say that probably ends that relationship. Let them bounce up there with a motorway. Can't really get this third guy attached down there unless we move this red road. I don't really want to give the motorway this red yet. Yellows down here, it's sort of a no man's land. At least these guys have roundabouts, so I can just jump them onto these roundabout connections if needed. Really don't like this song either. It doesn't sound like music, it just sounds like I'm tapping on the mic. Alright, we've got 3 motorways now. So, alright, so 2 compelling arguments there to something with red. These 3 guys I'm going to flip around and then just jump them over because they're actually a direct line closer and these guys are sort of closer to him as well. Then means that this guy can come around and help out with that one. He can help out too. We also need to shift this guy off slightly. Really could do with a roundabout the way that they're connected. This guy here, I don't know. Until they give us something a bit more practical. Just let that guy go. Every time I move them, they seem to relocate where their best central point is. There we go. Alright, well, we don't need that anymore. This guy's pretty well off too. It's more now this middle guy, but we do have a little bit of a building of yellow down the bottom here that we might be able to use. This guy here hasn't been used yet, so let's get the two of these guys together. We'll get them to bounce down there. This guy's gaining a lot of houses. Three of these can all go help him out. Oh, we've also got some light blue houses at the top here. Okay, so let's pause for a second. Now let's look at our roundabout options. I want to give this guy a roundabout to fix up his sort of layout. Make sure that these guys are actually like not getting in each other's way as they go. This guy, he's not circular, so he doesn't really matter anywhere near as much. Probably more of these guys using motorways. He's about to stop using a motorway actually, because he's just going to jump to these two. But I don't know if it's enough, so for now we'll give him the motorway. This blue guy here is looking like he needs some help. Can flick that guy around. Does take away this one's closest guy, but you can see he's not using his back three houses, so it does feel like we've got the availability there, and he's just gained another house as well at the back. Got one guy there. Okay, so this guy's gone circular, so a roundabout for him would be great. So, I'm going to get rid of that for now. Going to get rid of that. Those guys just sort of shift that way. Put this roundabout on there. I think those guys are all fine with the road layout they've currently got. I've got two motorways. Both of these pink houses possibly could do with a motorway. Let's firstly shift those three back there. Jump them that way. That leaves only two houses looking after this guy at the top. And so because there's so few houses, we'll give them the motorway as well. Oh, there's a third house at the top, third house down here, so both of these guys get put in a little bit of a better situation. Also got these two pink houses over here. But still got to keep an eye on this yellow in the middle here, who is still only riding with three yellow houses. These two guys here, we could potentially skip through. They'd have to pass through that roundabout. Him in there. Alright, roundabout options. Who do we want to give two roundabouts to? We'll pause till we figure this out. Because essentially we want anyone who can have a roundabout to get a roundabout. Now, he can't get one, that red guy in there. He's too close quarters. That guy can't get one there unless I put it all the way out here. Goes for this one. Where can that gain it? There? That's alright. We'll move that down. We'll let these guys just connect that way. We'll go this guy. That's a weird little position to... And then we do have 142 road tiles here. We're doing pretty well on that front. I think for this guy we'll go 1, 2, 3. May as well just go direct tunnel whole way. So we don't waste both of our tunnels, we can do that in a single one. He's currently got 4. This guy at the top that's running a longer road, he's only got 3. We can just sort of join that guy in there. Building a little community down here too. This guy you can see isn't, like, no one's currently at home, so his demand exceeds his supply. But we could just do that to see how that works for him. Take the tunnels. Okay, so you can see, I think yellow as a whole just took a jump. Let's move those guys down there. Allow this guy to come in and help him out. He's got 7, so he's fine. This guy up here's got 5. This guy's got 4 now. He's looking a bit more managed now. There are guys just waiting at home, so it's like we've sort of calmed him down a bit. This pink house here would be nice to connect onto what this guy's got going on, but can't reach it. Blue's really under control. This blue guy here has got such... almost everyone's just sitting at home for a circular destination. That's really calm looking roads. Now, I mean, it's not great the way that they're sort of having to work through this section here, but what we've got for now. Before we lose the position too, we've got these 2 guys here that can sneak into that. So we really should take advantage of that. These 3 green out houses up here, we can just get sort of in there. Alright, so we've got this guy down here now. So what we'll do first off is this guy here, he can go help out with that one. And then I think guy's sort of in the way. We'll run them through to there. Although I wouldn't mind getting this pink guy to drop down, get involved in that. Which would just mean that all we need to do is take these 2 guys and shift them north, and then we'll take these 3, and then they can just be the connection for this guy. The 3 guys here, all of them have the opportunity to just shift north if this guy needs more attention. Cool, another pink. It's a good position for a house here. We'll give him his own access to the roundabout. A little pink neighborhood at the top there, a little red neighborhood as well. Actually, we won't make that guy face north yet, just in case we get a pink house in there. Who's struggling? Green in the middle. So that green has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 houses already looking out for him. We do have 2 motorways, so let's put a motorway offshoot there. You can see this guy's got enough that he doesn't need these 3 at the back. So we'll take these 3 guys at the top. We'll just get them to go down and play excess for this guy. That green there isn't really looking that great. At least he got another house just then. This yellow here's looking a little bit like he needs some support too. We do have 2 more yellow guys up here that come in and help out. Alright, so we've got more motorways. We've got 3 motorways now as well, actually, so let's have a look. Yellow's just looking bad. I mean, yellow just seems to have a busier supply than... Sorry, a busier demand than just like essentially all the houses of yellow can supply. Starting to calm down again now. I realize this red guy at the top is on his own. Looking looking after this place, and he's doing an incredible job too. So, annoyingly we have 3 motorways, but there's no way that these guys are going to be able to motorway over there. These guys, though, could motorway over. So if we turn these 3 guys around, give them a motorway, and what we'll do is we'll put their motorway behind that house so that this guy gets the sort of priority and they don't get in his way. Then what we do is we take these guys, we sling them down here, they play support to that guy. This blue here, I don't like the fact that he's got an intersection that he's working off. It would be really nice to get him a intersection. I realize I could just pull an intersection, but I don't think an intersection is going to fit in that gap anyway. I'm going to need 9 squares, and there's not 9 squares there. So many houses over here. Get more of these guys connected. Let's see it. We've got so many motorways in that section. Those 2 connected in there. Or reds running along here. And slot in there. Get those guys to connect in there. Alright, yellow's starting to complain. Now this yellow here, he's got 9 houses already connected, but what we do have is we have an extra motorway. So what we'll do is we'll connect these 5 guys, and we'll get them to just go surge. I don't even really need them to surge. I mean, there's so many guys that are... They're just sort of taking their time getting there, I guess. Well, this guy's finally done his trip to change circular. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull the roundabout from these guys, and we'll just get them to go back to squashing each other on a on that one sort of road. Once we've got that, we'll put that in there, and then we'll allow these guys to sort of join this in different ways. But we're getting a bit more red help up here, so we might not need that motorway as much anymore. That is an awkward placed yellow. Good news about that, though, is it means that yellow just got divided by 4 as opposed to being divided by 3. Bad news is that to get these guys over there, we're going to have to wait for all of them to come home. You can see this guy's still sitting just at the lights waiting to go through. So, got this one yellow house up here. The only thing sitting in front of him is sort of between him and this is a whole lot of important green blocks. What we'll do is we'll get rid of red's road here because I don't think they need that anymore. And we've got to wait for the faster one of these 2 motorways to come back. Hopefully it's just this one guy. It's this one guy. Great. Okay, so motorway back. Now, I would have hoped that these guys would have just appropriated that motorway. They didn't. So this guy's going to have to just sort of... For as temporary as this guy's going to be... One more car coming, this guy. Alright, great. So they get across. That converts. No? Alright, let's give him another motorway. So they can at least get going. Probably should have done that a little bit earlier. I feel like this is about to sink me. Yeah, I mean, yellows all over the world are now crying out. So there, that we can probably just swing on the back end of that. Got 2 yellows here that we can get connected to help this guy out. His unhappiness. Alright, the good news is the first of these guys are getting over. So we are seeing, hopefully he doesn't sink us. But those guys now have to get all the way back. We'll get rid of that motorway because the other one's now finally come up. Blows my mind when you see someone like this who's got so many houses, like, unhappy. It's like, truly nothing we could have done to save that guy. This pink house here, we can also get all the way around the edge here. Alright, how these guys looking? So you can see part of it is that that sort of right-hand turn that they're now trying to do to get in there. This little guy is doing his hardest to keep us alive. This guy up the top, even with all of his houses, he's having a breakdown going into that roundabout. I guess it's once you reach a point where you've got so many people trying to get into a roundabout, they just get stuck waiting anyway, but it feels like we're reaching that point where just everyone's going to be unhappy. We've got a few blue houses here that we can sneak in the bottom there. I mean, this yellow here is still in dire straits, but he's looking better. What we'll do is we'll cut those two guys through the mountain too to give him just an extra few sets of hands because they weren't doing anything. Now we can get that guy joined on here to help out. This red over here, he needs some extra assistance. This green down here, how is he looking? What's he got? He's got all of these guys. There's not really any extra hands for green either. Green, I think, is just suffering from there being only two of them. Same goes for light blue. It's just not really too much more we can give to him. We've got two motorways, though. So let's have a look. There's two blue houses down there that currently aren't being used. So we can slot like a angle here. That. Get these two guys motorway 11 down there. Go help out. What they're going to do is they're going to get in the way of green as well, which also isn't great. Green down here is also a bit of trouble, but someone's gone really quick. Oh, this light blue. But yeah, that parking lot was jammed. Alright. Pretty solid effort, that one. Definitely, I don't think that I've ever saw the drain of the cost of the motorways. That just seemed to merrily keep going. 130. 5 more, I would have had 129. That sweet spot. Any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. And until next time, catch you later.